Hi, and welcome back to another exciting week of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal. I'm Brandon Sands, joined now by UNCW women's soccer head coach Chris Neal. Coach, how are you?
Doing good.
You got William and Mary, and then you're going to stay in Williamsburg with Hampton. Just a little insight into kind of those matchups and what you can kind of learn and take away from your opening week in CAA play.
Well, you mentioned the weather, so that's going to be a factor. I think Thursday night in Williamsburg is going to be beautiful. I think the high is, or the kickoff temperature that is probably like 63, which will feel new, and that'll be fun. But we've got a big storm moving up the East Coast, and we're just kind of keeping our fingers crossed that it doesn't impact anything for the rest of the weekend. But looking at the games, William and Mary has had a great year, and they're getting good results. So, to go on the road and to beat Hofstra 2-0 and to draw Stony Brook 1-1, on turf, a long way from home, opening weekend. That was a tremendous weekend for them. So we've got our work cut out for us on Thursday night. And those games are always, it feels like 1-goal games either way. And so we're excited for that. And then Hampton on Sunday. Hampton's had some facilities issues. I think they're renovating a field. So Hampton doesn't get to play a lot of home games this year. And this is one of the few. So I know that they'll be extremely fired up to play at home. And we're going to have to show up and roll our sleeves up and try to get 6 points on a weekend. That's going to be difficult.
You talk about the Tribe, nearly identical record. You guys 5-4-1, they 5-4-2. Statistically, RPI, all pretty much kind of bottled. It's almost like looking in a mirror against the Tribe. How do you prepare for a team that in a lot of ways kind of resembles played like how you guys have earlier beginning this year?
They got some key players, and they've switched some players around positionally this year, which has been great moves. It's working out for them. So we'll have to kind of prep our team on who their key players are and how they're affecting the game. But, I feel like we're still growing, and we have so much that we need to continue to cultivate on our side of the ball that we're going to continue to just try to focus on how we approach the game. And, the team that ultimately takes their chances will win. But, that's what we're going to do. I feel like we're still in a growing phase, and a lot of the focus is going to be on us. You
do open CAA play last week, a win over Hofstra, and then just a heartbreaker against the unbeaten Drexel Dragons. Just, Thursday night, having to deal with some of that rain interruption in the first half. How do you navigate those downtimes in the middle of a game? Does it affect your rotation? I know you like to sub a lot, but being able to have that built-in rest, did that allow you to maybe play players more than you were expecting to?
It was actually Delaware, not Hofstra.
Delaware, excuse me.
Yeah, but it definitely affected things. And Colin Barnes, our assistant coach, actually has an undergraduate degree in meteorology. So we put his experience to work in trying to figure out when that delay was going to come. We knew it was going to happen, and we made some adjustments accordingly. And I felt like it worked out for us because we came out of that weather delay flying, earned the penalty right away, had a couple of great looks at goal, but inevitably went into halftime at 0-0. But during the initial break, we just told the team to chill out, don't spend any energy. And when it's go time, we'll get hype again. So that's how we managed it. And I thought we did a good job based on how we came out after the weather delay.
And then fast forward to last Sunday, honestly, probably one of your best performances, a full 90 minutes. I thought, being able to get that first half goal, they came back, you guys countered late, and then obviously in the end, that they had that game winner. Just kind of, it was really a roller coaster of a game there on Sunday.
So we told our team pregame that we thought that was going to be one of the more exciting games of the year, and that certainly was the case. And, you got to give Drexel a lot of credit. They came down on the road 2 games away from home and got 2 results against what I feel are 2 good teams. And they are taking their chances extremely well. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and it was a great game. I think there's things we must improve on, but there was certainly a lot of good for us in that game too.
It's really interesting to me when you think about, Delaware winless in conference play still. And then Drexel, they were picked preseason, middle of the pack in the CAA. They came in, and those are two competitive games, So it really, truly could be anybody's league. You don't really pay too much attention to the standings and where you are 2 games in, but it's certainly, on your mind that if you don't come prepared, every team, every Thursday or Sunday moving forward, that you can be beat or you can beat anybody.
It's going to be wide open this year, and I think more so than ever, you're going to see lots of changes in the standings as we go throughout the regular season. We're still in this hunt, and if we keep improving, I think we'll be in a good position at the end of the year.
What do you feel you need to improve on the most to get where you want to be and move forward with your your ultimate goals here?
We had this talk in the classroom prior to training today, and we're in kind of this weird mode where we do something great one game, and then the next game we do something additional that is great, but then we forget some things. So we're kind of taking one step forward, one step back a little bit in certain areas. Specifically to the Drexel game, we created 11 corners, but our service and our execution on the corners was not fantastic, and we must improve that. And then we talked a lot today about responses to things that happen in the game, specifically responses to goals, whether you score or whether you get scored on. And the end of that, the end of that Drexel game felt eerily similar to our Charleston game last year, when we spent a whole lot of energy to level a game late, only to concede almost immediately. So we've got to manage those moments better, and hopefully not keep conceding quickly after we've scored.
Is that just a product of different players assuming more responsibility, incorporating freshmen, and kind of figuring things out as you go? Or, I guess, how do you, grade that part of the performance and some of maybe those inconsistencies game to game, like you said?
Make ourselves conscious of it first. And once we know there's a problem, we can go to change it. But in those moments, you still need to be disciplined, and you still need to communicate and have leadership. You got to keep things tight at the back. And that's what we saw on Sunday. We leveled, and it was exciting, and we were celebrating, and we didn't have the discipline defensively at the end of that match to see the game out. So that's what has to be done if that situation arises again.
Right. Well, Coach, good luck to you later this week, Thursday night at William and Mary, Sunday afternoon, staying in Williamsburg, obviously, for a matchup with Hampton, new CAA team. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.